Hello everyone, welcome to the visual arts class. In today's video we are going to learn about pencil shading. We will be studying about pencil shading, and before starting this pencil shading I will show you what we are going to need for our practical. You see these drawing pencils. I have drawing pencils with me. You see this pack of 6 drawing pencils, and it comes here with these markings: 2B, 3B, 4B, 5B, 6B and 8B. So these are the markings, those are present on different pencils. I can show you here these different pencils. You see they are having those markings. See, and what really are those markings? What do they mean? They are actually, this pencil is marked with 10B and this is marked with 8B. This B means it's a degree of blackness, the degree of darkness. The more the B, the more the soft and darker the pencil is. So this is 10B, it will be more darker. This is 8B, it will be less darker than this 10B. Okay, and this one, you see, this is 6B, and it will be less darker than 10B and 8B. Accordingly, when this B decreases, the degree of darkness decreases. Fine. So these are the different pencils that we are going to use. These are the drawing pencils. Fine. I'll be showing you some basic pencil shading techniques, one or two. So let's get through this practical. For sketching I use HB or 2B pencil for normal shadings, for basic sketchings. Okay, so I'll be making some sketch of any basic shape using this HB or 2B pencil. Say very basic shape. Fine, it's a circle. You can draw different shapes, and remember one thing, these shapes do not need to be perfect. Okay, and remember this is a practice session and we are not working on fine figures. We are not using any mathematical instrument to draw these basic shapes. We are doing them free-handed, and so you don't need to be perfect in drawing them. Right? A triangle. Okay, now moving on to pencil shading. Pencil shading is, I'm going to give an example here. See, this is a circle. Fine, and this is, this circle and all these figures, these are two-dimensional figures. Two-dimensional. Okay, and with the help of this pencil shading we can convert these two-dimensional figures into three-dimensional figures, and very easily. Fine, all we have to do is we have to have a very keen information how to do that, and I'm going to tell you. I will just convert this circle. I will try to convert it into a 3D figure, and for any 2D figure, for any 2D shape, to get that converted into 3D, we need to learn some things that are we have to see a source of light. As you know, in this universe, everything receives light from some end. Okay, you can see in this video the shadow of my hand. It's here. Here's my hand, and this is the shadow. That means the source of the light is from this direction, from this direction. Okay, so if I'm going to draw my hand, this portion facing the light, it will be lighter, and the back portion, this thing, it will be darker. Okay, because it's not receiving the light directly. So here we are going to select a source of light. Okay, let's assume from here this will be the source of light here. Okay, so this tube this circle is receiving light from this direction. That means this part is receiving the light, and you know, it also depends on this thing, that whether this light is from top or it is from the back of this sphere. So these are the different perspectives that we will be trying in the upcoming classes, in upcoming videos. And for this we will assume that this is from this top side, and this part will be receiving the light, and here it will be darker. Let's try to shade it. Let's see how well we can do this. Less than half of this circle. Up to now this was a circle, but now when we do pencil shading on it, it will turn into a sphere. It will be a 3D figure, and you know, half of this sphere will be darker, will be receiving no light directly or indirectly, and will be darker. So I'm going to shade it accordingly. We have to study these things. You can place a torch. If you are having a ball, you can place a torch on that ball and see the effect of light on that torch, and you can draw that accordingly. These are day-to-day examples that we experience. Okay, so I guess I'm done with the shading here. I tried to make it look like a 3D structure. See, this is the magic of pencil shading, turning a 2D figure into 3D figure. Required that you study the source of light and shade very properly. Okay, so this is it, and don't forget to draw its shadow. It will give it a realistic look. Okay, so this is now a 3D figure. We call it a sphere. We turned a circle into a sphere, and now we will try some more, and one more example here. We will draw a cube. Very easy to draw a cube. I told you don't need to be perfect in drawing these, because this is practice session, a training session. Fine. So select a source of light. It completely depends upon you whether you select it from this side or from top. It's completely your choice. So we are going to give the source of light this direction. Okay, this is the light, and you can understand if the light is coming from this side, the top will be receiving most of the light. Okay, here, and this side will be receiving less, partial light. It will be partially, partially dark, not fully. And this side will be completely dark. Because it is not receiving the light. See this? This will be a bit darker, partially dark, and top this will be much lighter. It will be receiving much light. Okay. And you can also work on this shadow. Fine. Understanding this light and shade in the drawing, this is the most important thing, as I will try to draw a simple thing, a very simple drawing for you. A trunk of a tree, a very simple drawing, very simple, very basic drawing. To understand it more clearly, to understand the fact that the concept of this light and shade, it exists in the universe, almost in everything that we see. Okay, so consider this trunk of the tree, and once again we will assume that the light is coming from this side, from this direction. Okay, so I'm going to shade this tree. As learned till now, we know that this portion, half of this tree, it will be less darker compared to this part. So I'm going to shade this tree. This part will be darker. And while shading this tree, keep one thing in mind, that we have to apply less pressure on the pencil to get lighter shade of this tree while we move towards the end that's receiving the light. So you can draw this practically at your home, and telling you one more time that we don't need to be perfect in drawing these shapes. This is a practice session, and you don't need to worry about perfection. Just keep trying. things will get better with time. See, so this concept of light and shade, I hope it's clear now that this concept of light and shade creates a beautiful 3D effect. It will be more clear to you all when you try it yourself at your home on your sketchbook. See? Fine. So I've created a 3D effect on this. See, so this was today's practical. This is, you can see it's clear that this part, this side of the tree is receiving light. It's at the receiving end of the light, and this part is at the back, and this is darker and this is lighter. So it's clear that the concept of light and shade, it actually helps us to create 3D effect among different things. I hope you would have enjoyed this. So for the next class, be ready with your things and be ready for some other experiment. Till then, goodbye.